Professional Communication is a new class that is offered in the Aldine Independent School District. Thus, this is the first year that it has been offered here at Carver High School. We've had a few ups and downs and definitely some trial and error. And what we're going to show you tonight, we will not keep you long. We're going to show you the results of that trial and error and some things that have worked out really well for us. I've got some great students who have been flexible, kind, and patient throughout the year. Especially my first year here at Carver, they've definitely taken it easy on me. So I thank you all for being here. Wherever you could have been tonight, I thank you that you took your time out to come check in with us. To the family, the parents, the friends, the siblings of the students that are here, thank you for supporting them. Thank you for listening to their speeches, their poetry, and their debates over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, because it has made a wealth of difference in the grade books and the final execution of their speeches and debates, and we're going to show you a little bit of that tonight. I want to thank the faculty and staff that have come out and support us. I definitely want to thank Mr. Collins and Ms. Jones of the theater department. To take up space here in the infamous Black Box Theater. All right. Okay. So, I'm going to be visiting the microphone several times throughout the night. But right now, I'm going to turn you into the hands of your very capable host and hostess, Miss Gladys Lemus, Senior.
Prof stands for Prof stands for Professional Communication. Just shorten it, I guess. For me, it's an honor standing here right next to a senior, Gladys. And for me, as a student, professional communication is much more than just communication. It's a language of peace. For me, it's an art of words. And what can I say? Let's give it up for Comm night. Now, Gladys, I know you are a big fan of arguing.
Yes, I am.
All right, then if you're, if anybody here likes to argue, then you must like debating. We're gonna let Mr. Cobb step in for a while, and he's gonna direct the whole debating process.
And I'm back. Okay, so for the sake of time, we're going to go ahead and get started with our debate. So let me introduce you to our debaters. Debaters, come up. The government team. Taylor Jackson. John St. Julian. Joshua Delgado. These are students from my very first semester here at Carver, and they will be going against some students from my second semester here at Carver. Give it up for the opposition team. Princess Brown. Alberto Del Carmen. And Mia Collins. Okay, so it takes about 15 to 20 minutes to create a debate. So we're going to let them get their topic. They don't know their topic until we give them one, so I'm going to lean on you to help us get a topic for them. Once they get their topic, they will go to an undisclosed location where they will build their cases and revisit us 15 minutes later. Meanwhile, the five-time train keeps on rolling. So we like to use topics from pop culture and current events. So can you all help us get a topic that we can send them on their way with? What's some topic you would like to see them debate today?
Legalizing marijuana.
Police shooting, legalizing marijuana. Abortions, teen curfew.
Standardized test.
Orange juice, standardized test. Allowance. How about standardized test?
All right.
How about, and we say in parliamentary debate, every resolution starts with this house because we mimic the British Parliament, and it is the House of Parliament. So if you hear us say this house, that's what it means. So your resolution will be, this house would abolish standardized testing. The government team has to uphold that resolution and let us know why this house should abolish standardized testing. They will also have to define the resolution, tell you who this house is, and every word in that resolution, and support it and tell you why. with opposing the resolution. Tell us why we should not abolish standardized testing. Okay, you have your resolution. Please go to your disclosed location. Okay, Jay, can we start that 15-minute timer for them, and we will go and check in on them in 15 minutes. And I turn you back over to Gladys and Marisa.
Okay, so our first presenter, while debating is still going on in the back. Wow, here is it just me.
No, it's hot.
Our first presenter, when I saw him speak, I thought he was really, really amazing. He's really inspiring. He inspired me as well. So he's going to do an informative speech.
Who knows what an informative speech is?
You inform them.
Can you tell us?
You
Come on,
inform
guys,
them.
we're in school.
Yeah, we go to Carver.
Oh, it's a speech that informs.
All right. So to me, it's an honor to present to you Bilal Marquise.
Coming around. How's everybody feeling tonight?
All right.
I hear from the parents. How's everybody feeling tonight?
All right.
All right. So tonight we're going to talk about how to master the art of seduction. So this applies to everybody sitting in this room right here, because you'll either have a girlfriend, you'll either be married, you either are married, you're either got to pass this information on to your children so they can get married, or it's just good information to know. So ladies, how many ladies do I have in the audience here?
Woo!
All right, enthusiastic. Right. So this is for you, so you know what kind of games some men play, some unsavory figures play, and you know how to protect yourself. Gentlemen, how many gentlemen do I have in the audience? All right. So for you guys, we're going to teach you how to be a good guy, a very effective artist in seducing that woman and nurturing her. We're going to go ahead and get started. Let's have some fun.
Yeah.
Go ahead. All right, so we're going to discuss how to flirt. We're going to talk about the three pillars of attractiveness. We're going to talk about power differentials. We're going to talk about mating algorithms. Oh yeah. The pillars of female attraction. Get ready for it. And why you should never be yourself. Go ahead. Keep going. So flirting. Whew, it's one of my favorites. So when you're flirting, so you see this attractive lady. She's attractive. You're in the bar or wherever location you are. So the first thing you want to do is you have to set the tone. Everybody say that. Set the tone.
Set the tone.
So you want to set the tone. You have to be able to show that one, you're into that person and that you're ready to move to the next step, whatever that may be. Next, you want to communicate sexual tension. So when you're communicating sexual tension, what that is no, not trying to have sex. That's getting to know that person. That's showing that you want a relationship with that person. That's communicating sexual tension. And final step. Well, second final step. Confident. Everybody say that. Confident.
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 You gotta be confident. You gotta be able to assert yourself and be confident. Yeah, that hurts. Confident. Get in there. Woo! Practice. Every opportunity, every second. It's just like a standardized test. Practice. This is your life on the line here. So now let's understand how to move on. Three pillars of attraction. So first thing is your appearance. How do you dress? Are you going to go to that location or that area in your shorts and a stained t-shirt? Or are you going to come in your three-piece suit? Your drive. What's your drive? What are you going in there for? What is your mission? Just like Mission Impossible, what is your mission? Assertiveness. Back to that confidence. Same thing. Use that confidence. Use that energy. Put it in there. Men and women, we have to be assertive, especially when it comes to the art of seduction. Next one. The female mate selection algorithm. That's a mouthful right there. I'll tell you why jerks get laid. So everybody been to kindergarten. We've all been to kindergarten, right? So I want you to imagine Venn diagram. Two big circles right here. That's a big circle. On one side, you got your nice guy. He's a nice guy. Yeah. On the other side, we're going to say a stereotypical jock. He's an athletic guy. You got your two circles, right? All right, on this side, he's nice. Now, put that to the side. Put our circles to the side. Now I'm going to explain something to you that's going to help you understand that in a second. So when a woman, now keep in mind, a woman has to carry a baby for 9 months. So when a woman is selecting a mate, they're looking for someone who has the best genes, someone who can demonstrate that they are the most athletic, and someone who can demonstrate that they're the most attractive. So when they look for 5, let's say there's a group of 5 men, they're going to look for who has the best genes. Who has the best genes? Now guys, on the other hand, we do this a little differently. When we see 5 girls, and this is scientifically proven, 5 ladies, 5 women, we look for who is the most physically attractive. So let's apply that to what we know now. So with this, the Venn diagram that we were talking about, this is your nice guy. He aight. Nice guy. He's not particularly attractive. You know, he'll help you move your boxes. You know, he's a nice fella. Now let's go on to the other side with your job. This guy, he's demonstrated that, you know, he can beat other males in physical competition, showing he has good genes. He works out, and some people may call him fine. It's okay. This is what most women will go for. I'll tell you a secret. That's not what they want. That's not what they subconsciously want. That's not what they want now. You want to go for the sliver, right? Where those 2 circles meet, you want to go for that sliver in the middle. So how do you get that sliver, that sweet spot? How do you do that? Well, you got to use your 8 pillars. Well, you don't use your 8 pillars. You use your 3 pillars of attractiveness. 3, that assertiveness, that drive, that purpose. What do you go for? What is your mission? What is your focus? All that stuff your mama taught you when you were at home about having a purpose in life, you need it right there. Let's go to the next one. Alright, the 8 pillars of male attraction, of female attraction, sorry. So, everybody say these with me. Looks.
Athleticism. Money. Power. Sex. Style. Confidence. Purpose.
Good. Those are the 8 pillars of female attraction, and those are self-explanatory. You need to use all 8 of those to get that sweet spot. To use that sweet spot of where you have to find that balance between jock and nice guy, not jerk. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to tell you something right here. You've been lied to your entire life. I guarantee you've been lied to. Every time someone says you should be yourself, don't be yourself. Be the best version of yourself. Say, be the best version of yourself.
Be the best version of
Be the best
yourself.
version of yourself. Everybody's got a vision of that in their mind, right? Best version of them. Now, that doesn't have to be that guy up there, obviously. But be the best version of you. That's who you want to go out with that lady or out with that guy with. Be the best version. Don't be somebody else, but give pieces of yourself. Give samples. Our professional communication teacher said give samples. Give a little sample. Not too much, just a little sample. Give a little sample. That's what you want to do. You want to be the best version and give little samples. Everybody catch those. Give you little samples. Let's go. So your mission, if you choose to accept Falsey Mission Impossible, your mission is you're going to use this information to improve your relationships, and guys, you're going to use this newfound energy, this newfound confidence, this newfound information to go out there, talk to women, to have great relationships, and live a great life. Now I have a question for you. Any questions? Any questions? Who has any questions? No? Well, thank you for listening. You guys were great.
Give it up one more time for Bilal Marquis. Very important, very important. Now I know what I'm going to use to avoid rejection. I've never been a good, as I said, I've never been a good persuasive. Can you persuade? Our next presenter, she's very, very persuasive. Am I right? Okay. Give it up for
Hi everyone, I am Logan Figgins. Now will you please direct your attention to the screen behind me? Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Today I'm here to tell you that, my fellow classmates, I'm here to persuade you all that us, the new generation, we can make a change in this world. I'm here to persuade you that we are the future and that it is our purpose to make a difference, and that we do have the right to protest peacefully. I believe that as youth can make a difference in this world, because my fellow black brothers and sisters are getting shot down as if they are game in the woods. It is hunting season on black people, and something must be done. We've waited for the justice system to do something about this. We've waited too long now. Because as teenagers, we try to make a change, but they say our contributions to stay in school. But obviously, that is not enough anymore. But because for Martise Johnson, an honor student at UVA, got beaten half to death for just having a fake ID. Now, by show of hands, who in here believes that somebody should get beat half to death for having a fake ID? Now, Mr. Johnson cooperated with police. Many students spoke upon the situation afterwards and said that no one has yet to be beaten by the police. Mind you, Mr. Johnson is black, and that's a majority Caucasian college. Now, don't you think if that was a majority instead of a minority, that that it would end completely differently? Now, travel with me back to 2012, will you? Imagine you're a young black kid walking home from the store about 8 or 9 o'clock at night, right? A truck starts to follow you. All you have is the Arizona tea and some Skittles. The man starts to approach you, and later comes to find out he has a gun. He confronts you, you get into a confrontation, now you're shot dead on the ground. That's what happened to 72-year-old Trayvon Martin. George Zimmerman shot him in cold blood and got away with it. Anger ran through our nation's youth, but yet we are told we cannot do nothing. Nothing at all. Now the main problem that comes from this is that we want change and we want to do something about it. But before we do anything, we must stop the black-on-black crimes within our community. For us to be taken seriously, we must step above these black stereotypes and not be another black statistic. I've always been told that a white man is more scared of a black man with a suitcase than a black man with his pants taken down and a gun. And it's worse to the point where we must educate our kids who are 9, 10, 11, 12 years old of what's going on in this world instead of letting them live their lives. Because the 12-year-old Tamir Rice, he got shot down, he got gunned down for having a fake toy gun in the park. Now tell me if that's right. Should a 12-year-old get shot down in the park for having a fake toy gun?
Nah.
If we want change, we have to implement it ourselves. Because this problem has been going on for too long now. We are told to forget our past, but forever remember 9/11. We are told that racism will never die if we don't forget it, but we are told to forever remember the Holocaust. We are told that our style is ghetto or our hair is nappy. But no, if Kylie Jenner comes here, paint herself black, get her some dress, and get some fat and put in her lips and her butt, trying to make herself look like me, she's trying to find herself, and she's trying to culturally diverse herself. We fight for cultural appropriation, and we fight for justice. We fight for the respect of our people when none is served. We are told that this is the modern civil rights movement, and we're just tired. We are tired because we don't want to be our brother or our sister or our cousin on the news next thing they've been gunned down too. And so what do we do to stop this? Our solution is to not shut up. Our solution is to be questions. With questions. LOQUICIAOUS. With questions. Means to be talking. Do not shut up. Basically, be annoying. Be annoying to the point where the white media can't do nothing else but to give us the attention we need and the problems and give us the solution we need to fix our problems. Because until we stop and be consistent with our part to help, they won't do anything about it. I mean, I'm not saying change will happen overnight, but it'll sure happen a lot faster if a lot of us stand up together. The first thing we need to do is make everyone around us aware. Brothers, sisters, cousins, classmates, peers, everyone needs to know what's going on about this injustice in our nation. Secondly, we must make noise without destroying our own communities. I mean, if you want to make noise, do it peacefully. Martin Luther King did it peacefully, and look at him. He changed the civil rights movement, not single-handedly, but he did majority of the work. Now, it's okay if you want to write. I understand that anger, but if you want to write, don't do it in own communities where you have to go home to later on. Now your house is destroyed. I'm not condoning the violence, but at least if you're going to do violence, do it with common sense. And thirdly, once we have immediate attention, we must keep it. We must stay consistent until the change happens. And once this change happens within our nation, we can somewhat say we have the equality we deserve. Although this vision and this dream seem so far away, we're closer than ever, and now is not the time to stop. And within this speech, I've informed you about this problem in our nation. I've attempted to persuade you to change, and I've also came up with a solution for this problem. So I ask you this. Will it take your brother, your sister, your cousin, your best friend to get gunned down before you actually do something about it? Please, I beg of you. Start making changes in this world, because you can be all that spoke.
Woo! Again.
What about another round of applause for Ms. Logan Higgins?
Woo! Logan.
She's going to be an outstanding leader. So we're going to let Mr. Comm step in for a while, and he's going to lead us to debate, the moment we've all been waiting for.
Okay, so as you see, the government team and the opposition team, they have returned from their undisclosed location where they have been building their debate case. Briefly, let me tell you how parliamentary debate goes. We don't necessarily clap in parliamentary debate, and you may think there's nothing to clap about, but these young people will come up with some arguments that you just may agree with, and instead of clapping, what we do is we either tap our leg, or if you have a table open in front of you, we tap our leg. This is also how we welcome them. Each speaker, we welcome them by tapping. And if they say something that just rocks your world, you want to say, hear, 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 hear,
Hear, hear, hear,
okay,
hear.
so let's practice one time. Someone says something that just shocks you.
Hear, hear.
Very good, very good. You guys have done this before, yeah?
Yes.
And now, what if they say something just absolutely abominable that just really, really does not coincide with your beliefs? You want to say, shame.
Shame.
Okay, practice. Someone says something shocking and you don't agree with it?
Shame.
Shame, shame. Now, you may think that that's cold, but they're big boys and big girls, and they definitely can take it, and that's one thing that we are used to is having our words scrutinized. Also, we mimic British Parliament. British parliamentary debate. You'll see if they have a question, they'll stand, they'll rise to their feet, and they'll have their hand on their head and their other hand extended. And the reason is because we mimic British Parliament, and they used to wear white powdered wigs long time ago, and they would stand so their wigs wouldn't fall off. They would put their hand on their head. So if you see someone doing that and you wonder what is it that they're doing, they're just mimicking the British Parliament, which is equivalent to our Congress, the United States Congress. Okay. So here, shame. That's all we have to say. Opposition team, you ready? Government team, you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So each speech, they're normally about 7 to 8 minutes. We're going to shorten them so we can make sure that we all get out of here on time. So we're going to do. There's 6 speeches here, so we're going to do 4 4-minute speeches. No, 2 4-minute speeches, 2 3-minute speeches, and 2 2-minute speeches. Okay? So the very first round is the Prime Minister constructive speech. So give it up for your Prime Minister for a 4-minute speech.
Woo! Oh, my fault.
How you doing, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Clayton Jackson. I'm Prime Minister for Governor, and today we're going to talk about the resolution, which is abolition for standardized tests. The definition of abolishment for standardized tests is what I mean by abolishment. I mean to take away the test and students have to take it. By standardized tests, I mean tests such as STAR, benchmarks, and finals. To restate this resolution, Aldine will remove the tests that we have to take, such as STAR, benchmarks, and finals, and the tests that we it gives, when you take these tests, it gives students stress, it degrades them, they can't test properly, and it makes them feel as if they're not ready as some of the other classmates, because other classmates may be ahead or showing better progress, it makes them feel bad.
Here, 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 here.
Our agent of action is Aldine School District. The agent of enforcement is Carver High School. The cost, no cost, save money. So more money for your parents, buy out what y'all want.
Here, here.
Inherency, what the opposition may say. They might say that when we take the test, it shows the progress of students. But with this, it would make them feel like if you show that, if you was to read out the scores out loud and one student get 100, other student gets 0, how would you make that child feel? How would you feel if your child came home crying because the teacher read their test score out loud and it was horrible compared to the others?
Here, here. Here, here.
My first harm is stress to the mind and body. Solvency. By enacting our plan, stop testing, the stress will go down. It will be more time for them to learn more in class and do more things that can help them.
Here, here.
My first advantage is it makes them able to focus, it relieves pressure, and with a lot of pressure on the mind and on the body, it can cause teens to suicide, which is basically going up because of the test and it also takes away energy, pressure themselves to take these tests, and it hurts them, their mind and body. My second harm is up late, can't get up early enough, missing the bus, and the parents don't want to get up to drop it off. Can't function correctly, which is not good. And my solvency by enforcing this plan, stop taking the test. My second advantage is more sleep, more energy, getting time to breakfast in the morning, important for
Here, here.
It makes you tired and you sleep in class. And I know y'all don't hear the teacher's mouth talking about wake up, banging on the screen. Which is good for us, and if you go to sleep, you don't have to worry about it. The third form is it degrades students. It makes them feel horrible about themselves. It just makes them feel bad. My thoughts once again is if I acted this plan, stop taking the test. The third advantage is it feels better about yourself. It gives you more confidence and more, it makes you feel as if you're not just a person who can grow and do more. It makes you feel like you still got room and opportunity to go more and do more with yourself and come better. Less stress to suicide. It won't make you feel stupid. Most of y'all mentioned getting slow already.
Here, here.
It makes you feel good in yourself. And that's final advantage. I'm done. And this is why I believe that y'all should vote for the government team and why we should get the points, because I appreciate these topics and I feel like we connect with y'all and y'all understand why we should vote.
Here, here.
And now it'll be a 4-minute speech from your leader of opposition.
Our resolution is this house, which is Aldine or schools, will not abolish standardized testing. We refute this definition. Our overview of the resolution is we believe students need standardized testing in order to really be successful in classes.
Shame.
We believe our resolution is Aldine will not abolish standardized testing.
Shame.
Okay, nobody asked you. And our analysis of it, the students need to prove what they have learned throughout the year, like the government team has said. We do believe students should show the progress that is made throughout the year. Also, just because you pass a class doesn't mean you obtain all the information that you've gotten throughout the year. Anyone can cheat in a class. You can get the answers offline, or your friend, or whatever. there's more than likely no guarantee that you are going to pass that class. So you do need these standardized tests to be successful in general. Also, it also helps you see the knowledge level that you are in any subject, and it also helps you see your class placement in any of the classes that you're taking. Also, as stated by the governing team, is saying that the results, like anyone can read the results all out. That's actually not true. The results are very confidential. Your results are sent to you through your mailbox. Every student. Also, they're saying that, people can die from taking the test, but it's just like a regular test. You take tests in class, you take tests at home, you take tests online. It's just a regular test. Also, they're saying about breakfast. Students have to at least make 7:15 if they're riding a bus late or if they're getting there late to have breakfast. So everyone has the opportunity to eat. And they're saying more sleep. The test is only 4 hours long. So you have plenty of time for the rest of the day. All we're asking for is no more than 4 hours of your time to finish your test. And that is why you should go for opposition, because we will not abolish the test, because we
Shame.
every student needs the test to be successful.
And now we will have your member of government speech, a 3-minute speech.
All right, my name is Josh. Okay. As my opponent said, they said that it's only 4 hours, but how many of us study and actually make an effort to pass it? If you study it enough at night, like some people, it drains your sleep and energy. So
Here.
also, they say that the results aren't always supposed to. Understand that. The thing they have with the singers, where they had to go up and say their college, some people had to go up there and say, "Don't start." You know how humiliating that could be?
Here.
It's not nice. They say that people don't die from taking tests, but some people realize if they fail the test and they could be a failure in life. And that brings people down. Nobody wants to feel that. People pick on every day, "Hey, you're dumb. You failed the test." Okay? Okay. They say that because you don't pass, you didn't learn. Some people just aren't good test takers.
Here.
They say that everyone is a cheater. They say not everyone cheats.
Here.
They say you have to take the test to pass, and it puts you in a placement, like GT students. How do you feel when you walk next to a GT student? You feel dumber? You feel lower than them?
No, shame.
Feeling like that?
I don't feel dumb.
No one wants to feel like that. If you don't pass, you won't be successful. That's what's put into us. No, that's not true. Some students commit suicide because they failed the test and they've been hearing all their life, "You pass it, you're a successful person." No, that's not true. Never will. Okay. When you stay up at night and you study, it takes away your energy. You aren't able to wake up on time. You aren't able to get breakfast. No. You aren't able to participate in certain activities and other things if you stay up studying and stay up late. No. When you stay up and study at night, like some people do, they actually make an effort to pass and get out of the class and get into college.
Time. Okay, and next up we will have a 3-minute speech member of opposition.
Woo!
Hey y'all.
Hey.
Yeah, they're wrong. Okay, yeah, okay. Will you die if you don't pass the test? Yes. You can cough. Like,
Nah.
really, everybody has failed or attempted to pass the test, and that made them try even harder to pass, right?
Here, here.
All I have to say is, like, everybody should take standardized testing.
Shane.
It helps your knowledge, and just because it's a GT student walking past you, that doesn't mean that you degrade yourself to their standards.
Here, here. Here, here.
And suicide. Why would you kill yourself just because you failed?
Here, here.
And if you didn't know, suicide rates aren't on testing, they're on drugs.
Here, here.
So if there are facts about suicide, please have the right facts. Thank you.
Oh.
And we never said everyone cheats. We say majority of students do cheat. That's why majority of them do fail and don't take the time to study. And another thing, you have to be at school at 7:15. You have plenty of time to get you breakfast, to come to school ready to take your test.
Here, here.
To take your test, because the test be like 68 questions, and you know most of y'all finish that in an hour top.
Here,
and y'all be ready to
here.
take your little nap and put your head down, just so you can hurry up and get on out that testing room. Another thing, you shouldn't feel dumb because you failed the test. That's just, you're degrading yourself, really. Like, you feel dumb because you failed the test, really? Like, if anything, it should boost you up to want to try harder, to pass the test the next time. And by the way, like, if you're going to the next class or you want to be something in life, you should want to take a test to know what your grade, your average is, to know what your GPA is. And going to Lone Star isn't a problem. I know plenty of people who graduated from Lone Star.
Here, here.
Woo!
Here, here.
That's all I have to say, both opposition. Thank you.
Okay, we're now entering the final round. This is called the rebuttal round, where they deliver their final rebuttals to their opposition's arguments. We also call it the crystallization round. So if it got a little bit muddled or a little bit difficult for you to understand, it is up to the leader of opposition rebuttal speech and the prime minister rebuttal speech to crystallize the round, make everything crystal clear and put this puppy to bed. So we now have a 2-minute speech by the opposition team, leader of opposition rebuttal, to tell us why they win.
Alright, so first of all, I would like to thank everyone for coming and for being here this evening for our speeches. Because we already didn't have to be here. Alright, anyways. Okay, so we mostly don't like standardized tests, right? Nobody really likes them. But does anybody know why they're there? Because think about it. If we don't have any tests, you can cheat your way through classes and no one's going to say anything about it. But that day, when you don't have those answers, when you don't have anything to do, what are you going to do?
Ooh, kill me.
I'm sorry, but you could have been held back the year before and actually learned your topics and learned what you had to do to pass instead of going in that vicious cycle of failing and failing one class because you didn't learn.
Here, here. Who is it?
We have algebra before geometry because you need algebra for geometry. Okay, let's say we don't have tests. So you're going to algebra, right? So you barely pass it by cheating, by doing whatever, or you work and you barely pass it. So there's no test or whatever. So you go to geometry. And then you fail it once because you don't know the basics of algebra. You fail it again because you don't know the basics of algebra. And that's when you're going to wish the test was there to fail you back once in the first place so you can learn it and not have to fail geometry 2 or 3 times until they decide, you know what, this kid has been in it too many times, let's just pass it.
Here, here. Speak on it.
And I would like to point out something that they said about the GT students when you're walking next to them. I'm sorry, but we all know that the GT students are there for a reason. We all know that they're the ones that stay up all night studying. They still come to school prepared. They're still awake. If you don't want to feel dumber, if you so closely feel dumber next to them, then you gotta work a little bit harder. You gotta set yourself to their standards and work like they do.
Here, here. Well, he's
And
speaking
if you don't
knowledge.
pass, you're not going to be successful. I'm sorry. I failed a couple of tests. I find myself being very successful.
Here, speak on it!
And they keep saying about
getting
suicide,
excited.
but until I hear some rates of students that have actually killed themselves due to tests alone and nothing else going on in their lives, then I'll believe them about suicide.
Here.
And studying all night, I'm sorry, but you don't have to be awake all night to study. You're supposed to learn that a little bit at a time. That's why we have chapters. So you're supposed to learn a little bit at a time and study those days, those chapters until you get it right. You don't have to try to study everything one night. And the whole breakfast thing. I mean, you get to school at 7:15. That's the time you're supposed to be here, and the tests don't start at about 8:45 or 9. So if you have about an hour and a half to eat breakfast, why don't you? Here.
Oh my God.
Woo! Okay, and we will have the final speech, the Prime Minister rebuttal round, the Prime Minister rebuttal speech.
Woo!
Let me tell you why the government team win. Well, let me just summarize everything. Getting rid of the test itself, the STAR, benchmark, and finals, well, we all know it causes stress. We should all know that personally.
Yeah.
But nights, not the best thing, because we all know we gotta get up early in the morning to catch a bus. Staying up late, we're gonna miss the bus. We're going to oversleep. We're not going to be on school on time. By not being on school in time, we're not going to be in our classrooms learning. So, by not being in class, how are you going to learn what you need to pass the test? And degrade. They said, well, degrade is not about self-degrading, but others will degrade you. And by that, bullying can lead to suicide.
Uh-oh.
Just a starting point.
Uh-oh.
In advances, this gets worse and worse.
Do you have a question?
Okay, saying that wake you have to wake up really early to catch buses and everything, but if you're doing it daily, when does it become like a regular routine?
Here.
Some people, the way the schedule are, not everybody has transportation.
Oh my God.
On a day-to-day basis, when you're like, okay, you know, I gotta wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, I gotta get up.
But if you keep passing the test, then you keep passing it like always. Which test? A test is over everything. STAR test is over everything you learned from the beginning of the year.
Man, no,
But not everybody can remember the very first thing.
Here.
And that's it. This is why you should vote for the government team.
Okay, at this time, both teams will shake hands.
Me either.
It's going to depend on you, the audience, to figure out who wins. Do you think you have a good idea of who won today?
Yeah.
Think about the argument. Think about how they weighed them out. One thing I always tell the students in debate, it's not always about who is the most right. Sadly to say, it's about who plays the game the best. We've seen a lot of court cases turn out in ways that we didn't necessarily agree with, but there is a standard. There is a way, there is a protocol. And whoever plays the game tends to win. So think about the arguments and think about how they played the game. Okay. So, by show of hands, who thinks that the government team won? 1, 2, 3. Four. One of the government team thinks they won. Okay. Who believes the opposition team won? Woo!
Yeah.
Excuse me, if you're a parent, can you please stand up? Any parents out here? It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I'ma sit down. I don't have no cheer.
I'm a parent. I gotta pull up, yo.
Well, by who?
Right,
What gender?
overwhelming response. It looks like the opposition team won. Give them a round of
Woo!
And this does tend to happen a lot of times after debate. So after the rebuttal round, we call this the ratchet round, where we let the kids just get off their chest without structure, what they really feel, and sometimes we end up changing our minds there. So one more time for our baby. Thank you.
Y'all give it up one more time for our debaters. I never seen them be so bad. It was awesome. I enjoyed it. So we're gonna move on. Now debate is over. So y'all can just calm down. No. Anyways. Thank you. All right. Now we're gonna move on to our interpersonal communication.
Okay, I'm trying to work. Excuse me.
You guys just a little bit about interpersonal communication. Interpersonal communication is basically a conversation between two or more people. So basically, right now, we are in an interpersonal communication conversation. Me being the sender and you guys being the receiver. But have you guys ever really sat there and noticed that we use communications for everything? Speeches, debates, poetry. Poetry teaches us to wrestle and simplify complex things in our lives. Harvey Industries founder Sidney Harvey once told New York Times, I used to tell my senior staff to give me poets as my manager. Poets look at the most complex environments and then reduce the complexity to do something they begin to understand. Emily Dixon, for example, a very famous poem, she used to create poems with topics just like because I could not stop, things like that. Business leaders live in challenging environments. Their challenge is to take the chaos and make it into meaningful and understandable. Reading and writing poetry can exercise that capacity. Improving one's ability to better understand the world and be able to communicate it through presentations or writing to others is a communication in itself. My job is to show you guys the connection between speeches, debates, and poetry. When I was 16 years old, I was asked, you're only a child. You've only been on this earth for so many years. Me as an adult, what could you tell me? I said, I'm not only just a child, I am a daughter. The daughter of Dana and Carolyn Miller. I am the youngest of 3 beautiful girls, which makes me a sister. The sister of Mariam and Shaiti. And yes, Shaiti is completely made up, and yes, Mariam is not English. And 15 months ago, I became an auntie. I became someone that when this 15-month baby becomes my age, he can ask me, how did I make it through a hard time? How did I make it through death to family? How did I make it through high school? Not only am I an auntie, I am a student. I am a student here at Carver High School, a senior. I am starting classes.
BT.
I am someone who busts their butt every day just for simple assignments and who won't take an F as a final grade. I'm also African American, which makes me prone to stereotypes like loving fried chicken and gravy. And as an African American, people seem almost shocked to hear the eloquence in my voice. They almost seem shocked to hear that I can actually have an educated conversation with more than just one person. My belief, I am a poet. Someone whose words speak louder than life. Somebody whose words speak farther than my arm. Somebody who can take your words and twist them and put them on you. When I was 16 years old and I was asked, you're only a child. What can you tell me? I said nothing. Because my words are louder than I speak. Thank you.
Remember that other time you did that? I know who I want to be, and I know who I was, but I don't know who I am now. So can you please tell me, because I'm scared. I'm scared to be remembered. I don't want to be just a memory. I want to be history. I once heard a saying: people die every day, but heroes get remembered. But legends never die. And that's what I want to be. I want to be a legend.
Speak on
when
it.
I die, I want to be... No. I don't want to be a legend. I want to be a god. I want to die and rise from the ashes like a phoenix and resurrect as a god, because I want to create and make something amazing, something that will be remembered for eons. I want to make something different. And I don't know who I am. I don't know who I am. I'm able to see other people. I can tell that you're talented. I can tell that you're beautiful. I can tell that you're intelligent. I look in the mirror every day. So tell me why I can't see who I am. I know that I'm smart. I know that I'm Armani. I know, but I don't know who I am. I was supposed to come up here today and give one of the greatest poems in history.
This is poetry. I'm a big fan of poetry, such as Shakespeare, Tupac,
Dr. Seuss.
Right. And our next poet, if that is, you may present her.
Asia Miller.
I've come to the realization that society loves one thing and one thing only: perfection, or being pretty. But I've also learned that I cannot give in to society, because I'm the only thing I'll ever truly have. And I'm not talking about my body, because eventually that'll turn into an old rust bucket. I'm talking about me. And I don't need any miracle cream to smooth my passions or any diet pills to slim down my kindness. And when I begin to drown in these petty expectations, I have to re-examine the miracle of my existence, because I am worth so much more than just my waistline. I am worth the beautiful things I think and the daring dreams I dream. And I have to remember this, because we live in a society that pulls us from the womb, nurses us, and teaches us our first word: pretty. But I don't care if it's your gender, your size, your skin, where your love lies. None of that matters, because standards do not define me. I know that I'm a damn treasure, whether you want to believe it or not. Maybe society should reinvent itself and teach the new generation not to follow the ways of generation past. You can be skinny and you can be pretty. You can be thick and you can be pretty. You can be short, you can be tall, you can be gay, you can be straight. You can be blonde, you can be buff, you can be anything you want to be. But being you is the most beautiful thing in the world. But none of that matters, because standards do not define me. But the real question is, do they define you? Thank you so much.
Wow, that was deep.
Everyone's beautiful inside and out, just saying.
Thank you.
All right. Our next presenter, he's a guy with a big heart. Give it up for Corey and Carver.
Go best friend. That's the best friend.
How's everybody doing today?
Ooh, good.
Life. A thing we walk around blind trying to experience. Second by second, minute by minute, hour by hour, day by day, week by week, month by month, year by year. We walk around upset at each other because we want what others have, just because they have more and better. Well, tell me, why do you deserve to have better when you can't even appreciate what you have? Tell me why should you have the new when you're just going to want more later? Thank you.
Woo! Go best friend.
Give it up for Corey and Carver one more time.
Another student, Anthony Comm.
Oh, Anthony Cobb, not me. I actually have a student with my exact same name, and he didn't show up today, so we're going to move on to the next one. But yes, give it up for Anthony Cobb.
Whoever you are, because I don't know.
Alright, in his place we'll have Mia Collins.
I thought she was huh? I can't see them. Look. Let me see that yellow.
I'm not angry. I'm anger. I'm not dangerous. I'm danger. I'm abominable stress, erotic relentless. I'm a breath of vengeance. I'm a death sentence. I'm forsaken repentance to a beast and his henchmen. Armed forces and policemen that survive with oils and princes until their cups runneth over with lost souls. That wear oversized caps like blonde foes, shiny necklaces like glass souls, dragging them into black holes. I mean, I have to holler at Fidel Castro to get my brothers out of Guantanamo. And the innocents on death row is probably in the same proportion as criminals in black robes that smack gavels, that smash homes, that smack gavels, that crack domes. Justice is somewhere between reading sad poems and 40 ounces of gasoline crashing through your windows. Justice between plans and action, between writing letters to congressmen and clapping the captain. It's between raising legal defense funds and putting a gun on a bailiff and taking the judge captive.
Bars. Woo!
Freedom is between the mind and the soul, between the lock and the load, between the zeal of the young and the patience of the old, between the finger and the trigger, between the page and the pen, between the grenade and the pen, between the righteous anger and keeping one in the chamber. So what can they do with a cat with a heart like Turner, a mind like Douglas, a mouth like Malcolm?
Speak on it.
A voice like Chris. But until then, I'm not dangerous, I'm danger. I'm not angry, I'm anger. I'm abominable stress, erotic relentless. I'm a breath of vengeance, I'm a death sentence. I am forsaken repentance to a beast and his henchmen, armed forces and policemen. I will slice his belly open and free the souls of the Navajo, free the souls of the Iroquois, free the souls of the Iwa, free the souls of the great black leaders, free the souls of the Scottsboro boys. I burn my rights, but I raise my black flag to free the souls of the great black leaders. Souls in Attica, the soul is on the prison floors. But until then, I'm not danger, I'm dangerous. I'm not anger. I'm not angry. I'm angry. I'm abominable stress, erotic relentless. I'm a breath of vengeance. I'm a death sentence. I'm forsaken repentance to a beast and his henchmen.
Give it up for Mia. Our next performer, he's a guy really tall. He wears glasses too. You can see.
Okay, back here.
Thank you. Give it up for Christopher Myers.
Something else.
Good afternoon, whatever. I want to be your last speaker here today, and I hope y'all enjoy the first annual Professional Communication Night. And every mother expects to have that son that's exceptionally great. And I'm glad to have my mom here right there. My son is expected to be great. A black African-American man is trying to make it out of the hood after the use of drugs and alcohol. I'm that kid that's been chasing dreams that's already been done by us. Okay, that's not fulfilled yet. I'm that kid that's trying to be better than the kid next to me. Chris isn't always easy. Having a mom that's here like she is right now, taking pictures and stuff. We are raised in the church almost every Sunday, but we don't go to Bible study like we should. But I enjoy the life with her. The role models in my life has been deceased, my grandpa and other friend of the family. I got I've actually had the experience of shooting the first rifle or shotgun with him. Life goes on, but I made a promise to myself that I want to make her happy and bring the community back to life without burgers and bring back peace within our family. Continue the dream that I share and want to have with my mom. Thank you.
Thank you. We're rounding it out. We are a couple of minutes over time. I have a couple of things that I want to share with you. One, Shavante Murphy, if you can come up here, please. This is a student of mine, Shavante Murphy. She had challenges and she was able to make it here, so we're really glad. So please give her a round of applause. From the time that Shavante has come here, she has absolutely beaten a lot of odds. She has definitely shown herself to be a standout individual. She has shown herself to be a high performer in my class. She's...
It's all right. It's all right. Come on, AC.
On her second day in class, Shavante came and we were doing poetry. My class had worked for 2 weeks on poetry. Shavante came on her second day and dropped a serious poem on everybody. And it set the pace and it changed that class for the rest of the semester. She has shown up and shown out. And she's going to tell you a little bit about her story and about what the class has done for her and with her. And I'm just honored to have her here and the crew that came with you today. Thank you so much for bringing her.
Hello, everyone. What this class means to me. This class makes me want to strive for better. This class is just awesome because I have never met a teacher so awesome as Mr. Comm. And I know that every day I come to this class, it makes my day because, like, it just makes my day. I don't know why, it just does. If I'm in a bad mood, it will make my day. And this class, like, I never thought I could stand in front of a crowd and talk. And now, like, it's like, well, that I can do it because I'm not afraid of crowds anymore. Like, I'm not afraid to show who I really am no more.
Woo!
Thank y'all, everyone.
Okay, briefly, thank you again, Shavante. I always tell kids, I just moved to the area, but before I moved to the area, I was driving an hour and a half to and an hour and a half from. And I would always tell the kids, I passed up 9 school districts and about 187 jobs. I'm not here just because this is the only thing, but I'm here for a purpose and for a reason. And I'm so glad to have this experience with the students here. It has been absolutely magical, spiritual. So I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for opportunities like that. All of my students have definitely just been so amazing. We've had our ups and downs, but we've been amazing. I also want to just take a moment to talk about Joshua Delgado. Raise your hand. This young man last semester had his mother calling me, emailing me, chasing me down, wondering why I marked her child absent because he would skip my class rather than get up in front of a group of people and speak. So to see him today get up in front of these kids with so much Obama personality and just so much charisma, it just rocks my world. And this is why I do what I do. And one day they're going to pay teachers an enormous amount of money, and that will be wonderful. But until then, I'm grateful to be here, and I'm grateful to have known you all. Thank you. I have one more student. We are a bit over time. Let us get this last student in. She means a lot to me as well. She was part of my first semester here. at Carver High School. Give it up for Tyler Jones, everybody.
Good evening. It's been a very long day.
I understand.
I wrote this poem first semester, but I'll end up losing it. So today I really wanted to be a part of this whole thing. So I had to try to remember it. So yeah, can I take this off?
I prefer it. Yeah.
Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay. Oh, when this world gets heavy. Little girls at 13 having babies when they're not even ladies. Boys walking around with colored flags on their pants and later on that day chains on their hands. Oh, when this world gets heavy. Little boys and girls walking around with Glock 9s getting them from where nobody knows.com. I don't discriminate, but this world is even heavier when boys are wearing makeup with one hand in the air yelling twerk some. Girls sagging with their hands in their pants talking about their packing. Oh, when this world gets heavy. Friends change and they only come around when you got money in your hands. Married men start creeping and loyal women start cheating. Drugs be like the word love, easy to get but hard to get rid of. It's not even the same. That's why when you hear Betty Wright, you say that's the good old days. Oh, when this world gets heavy.
All right, give her a round of applause.
Everybody was beautiful tonight.
Actually, Gladys, if I may. I know since you're a senior. Oh, thank you. I took the liberty to write a short saying. It was inspired by Mr. Cobb's. And I know things are going away very soon. No. There's only a few days till you say goodbye to this chapter. Just a few words to say before you flip the page. You're about to start a new chapter in your life. But before you go, I need to say that it's an honor to participate in this event with you. As you go, I might not be important in your book. However, I want to say that you are an inspiration to me. Therefore, to my book, you have taken at least 5 pages full of my first chapter. Because I'm beginning my journey, and you're someone I look up to. And not just you, to all the seniors as well. Give yourself a round of applause. Okay, now, we're about to close this. Alright, we're about to close this. One more time, let's give it up to all our performers. It's a blessing to be here, standing right next to a senior, and to everyone else that presented. I am forever blessed, and I want to thank personally Mr. Cobbs for giving me the opportunity to be here, and like I say, I am very, 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 very grateful. And anything you'd like to add?
No, I also want to thank you for motivating me, standing up here. I was really nervous at first, but confidence gave me the confidence to be up here. I want to thank everybody for coming out and watching their children perform, because not everybody's parents get to watch this.
Here.
Footage every day.
Here.
Thank you.